This is a Wild Games Production podcast.
To the Palladium Megaverse podcast. I am DM Vince, and I am not sitting with
Steven playing Seran Allward.
And that's it, folks. It's just me and Steven doing a solo adventure this week to catch Steven's character Seran up with the rest of the group, get some information for the group as well to get them on their next lead, because they kind of got left off in a place where they don't know what to do next. So figured, since you were out, I can use you to get another little story going and give you guys the right direction. So this is what happened, basically, Stephen. Your character, since you weren't present because you had things to do, which is life, your character took Elora, the attendant, and demanded answers from her. And you brought her to the meeting room and started demanding answers from her. That was my excuse to say you were off doing something while the group was doing something.
Okay.
During that time frame, the group found some leads and they started snooping around, and they wound up finding something under the city that may be the cause of what's going on. They're not sure yet.
More ruins.
Yeah. They found some stuff and they did some stuff, but they'll let them tell you. I want to hear them tell you what they found, because that's always hysterical in my opinion as a DM. So
the players trying to explain what they did with Yeah,
it's always fun with me. But anyway, as we found out, and a couple people forgot, that the vault was robbed in the guild hall. It was kind of mentioned in an off comment, and you and Geoff's character, which I forget offhand, Lord Lee, were going to investigate. You kind of sort of started to look into it, but then got distracted by other things in town and kind of forgot all about it. And so it was brought up again. And everyone's like, wait, what? And yeah, Geoff was like, oh yeah, we were going to investigate that, but we kind of forgot.
There was a lot going on between child bitings, demon possessions, vampires, monsters, etc.
Yeah. So So you were in the room demanding, because there is no leadership in the town as of right now. Sarah's character came in as an undead hunter, and she did some investigating and was in charge briefly, while Jakob's character, Shep, was under suspicion for being a vampire, so to speak.
Because there were witnesses to him biting into the neck of the local lord.
Yes, correct. She did her thing, and she cleared him of all those things, and surprisingly, Jakob gave up the very thing that turned him to what he did, the wine that he drank. He actually had the wine, he knew what the wine did, and he actually gave it up, saying that it needed to be investigated so he wouldn't be tempted anymore. Which I was surprised at, but he did it.
No, I mean, he's proof that he was innocent. I don't see why he would hold on to a bottle of booze. Wine wasn't that good.
Well, if you would have seen the abilities you would have gotten from it, I don't know. I mean, I questioned it myself when I was looking at it. I'm like, hell, if I was playing him, I probably would have kept this. But no. New leaf, new Jakob, so.
Okay. All right, so Sarah... wait, they were going to explain that to me, because as far as I know, he's still,
right. I'm just giving you a little bit of backstory so you can piece things together.
Okay.
Also, the town is still acting a little weird, and actually I'll let you figure this out when you get back with the group, because you'll see. Has a lot to do with Jakob and the town, so, or I should say Shep in the town. So when you get done with your meeting with Elora, and she has no answers for you, and she says we have to wait so we get clear leadership, you kind of get frustrated, as you would, because you want some answers of what's going on, and you're not getting anything, and you're getting a little bit ticked off. Well, as much as an elf would get ticked off. I don't know if your elves, kind of from your kingdom, the old elves, if they get ticked off or not.
Oh no, egos and patience are not, well, egos are there, patience is not.
So you're like a Vulcan, pretty much. You have composure, and you don't let people see your emotions. And anyway,
I would say more like Romulans. It's like,
gotcha.
You'll see my emotion if you piss me off. But that aside, so Alora really had nothing.
No, nothing for you, and she apologizes, and she said we just have to wait until we establish some law and order in this town, and then we can investigate further. Bear with me, I'm the only one that's kind of holding things together, other than Nova, which actually, legit, Nova was, in the last adventure, kind of telling everybody what to do and distributing guards around, because the guards were acting clueless, because the captain of the guards also was one of the victims,
So Quinn is dead?
Not dead. They're all in the hospital. Well, when you get out of the meeting, you find out all the elders of the town are in Rue's hospital ward. Just about everybody that fell inside the big tent area is in the hospital. The entire wing is filled up with people who are being treated. Most people have recovered from whatever ailed them, but the elders, for some reason, are in some type of weird trance, and Rue can't figure it out. She's trying different potions and herbs and concoctions, and Raven is with her, going back and forth. They're looking through books, and they're going to the library and running back and forth with different herbs, and they're trying, but these people are not coming out of the coma. So that's kind of where the situation is at. There's no leadership. And then when you go back out, the group that you were with, obviously your friends, or in quote friends, is missing. You don't know where they went. Nobody knows. And you're like, what the hell?
All right. Well, that's helpful to stay and, advise me of where you go, but whatever. All right.
As
Elders
you're in
down.
the tavern area, sitting down in the guild hall, kind of like, what the hell? Bella, you remember Bella, the one that Geoff had spoken to, or Lord Lee had spoken to. She comes and sits down next to you. I'll give you a kind of what she looks like again so you can remember. Now, how do I get this artwork? There we go. Show players. That's what she looks like.
I've actually used that portrait for another game, so that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, I just kind of Googled, that. So anyway, she's an attractive woman. You could see why they call her Bella, because she's pretty attractive.
Bella the Ball.
Yeah, pretty much. And she sits down next to you and she says, so, I heard about the vault.
I almost forgot about that. Everything that's been going on in this town. How'd that come to your mind?
Well, I've been watching some people, suspicious people coming in and out of town. I followed one into the woods up north, and it seems like they're going to this cave area. I wanted to go investigate further, but I'm by myself, and I'm only a woman of magic, so...
You don't have a party?
No, my party is dead. Actually, Geoff didn't tell you the story. Well, he did tell you the story, but I don't know if you were paying attention or there.
May not have been there, because I was usually hanging out with Corey's character, Nova, doing their thing.
Yeah, I know Geoff went over and spoke to her, and he came back and told you guys, but, sometimes Geoff doesn't always explain things correctly. So, no offense to him. Sometimes he does his thing.
Oh, is that the one with the pixies slaughtered the group?
Yes, correct. She says, I am pretty much groupless. I have been looking for partners, and, due to the circumstances around town, there has been no more new entries coming in, so...
All right.
Well, I'm offering you a partnership so we can go over there, investigate, and see what's going on. That might be a lead to what's going on with the vault.
No, don't get me wrong. I understand what you're offering, and I'm just rather not ascertaining if you're useful. You say you're a woman of magic?
Yes.
How strong are you?
Well, I mean... Do you want me to turn around and fire a fireball at the wall behind me to prove to you, or...?
There's a training area here. Just show me that you can hold your own in combat and I'm not having to babysit you.
Okay, so what do you want her to do?
Basically, just show me that she can actually do combat magic. He's just ascertaining whether or not she's dead weight.
Okay, so you go into the training area in the back near the stables, and let me look at her little sheet here I have. And she does a few things, and, well, I can't use that spell, but she does the equivalent of sleep, Cloud of Slumber. I guess if it's a magic-based thing, you would see, like, little X's on them showing they go to sleep.
Support hand just walks by and zonks right out.
Yeah, pretty much. Let me grab
All
the
right,
book
that
here.
could be useful.
I gotta look up one spell here. She does some type of spell, and you hear like a wolf howl. It goes, woo! And if I can find the page, because I didn't write down exactly what it did. 66. It is not here. Why not? Maybe
Because I'm a tech bane and you're
Oh.
playing a game with me.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, so it basically allows her to like move faster. She's able to see in the dark. She has a chance of
Is
seeing
she
invisible.
Does she look more wolfish, or like did she just go full lycanthrope on me?
No. She kind of like has eyes of a wolf now and stuff like that. She also blasts off a giant fireball, and you can see it chars up a whole bunch of training dummies. She
Alright.
also does another spell, a wisp of confusion. You see a bunch of the little training dummies just spinning around in circles, going "duh."
All right, I think that's enough. You
And
can
she says to
definitely
you,
hold
she
your
says, "I will show you one more secret." And she says, "Come closer." Do you?
Yes, but I want her to clearly see that my left hand is very close to my sword if she tries anything.
She laughs and she says, No need for that." And she basically waves her hand in front of her face, and you can now see she has elven features. She says, "I am truly an elf hiding as a human."
Why?
She says, "My kingdom was..." And she gives you a story about her kingdom called Brushhaven, which you recognize, which was a kingdom that was not far from your kingdom that was also slaughtered by a giant dragon. That was the first kingdom that the dragon destroyed. Outright destroyed all the people of that land.
How long ago was that?
She says about 100 years ago. I forgot the timeline you said of your kingdom.
Oh, it wasn't that long ago. Like, literally, before he went on his adventure, it just happened. That's what started his whole quest. He has to reclaim his honor by slaying said dragon.
Well, this dragon, 100 years ago, this is a kingdom you've heard of, talked about, and this is one of the first kingdoms that fell to the dragon.
One of the hidden kingdoms.
Yeah, you know about them. You just, your kingdom kind of collaborated, I guess, so to speak, traded, got along with. You weren't enemies, and they were one of the kingdoms that the dragon destroyed. And as far as you know from lore, all of the people were wiped out.
Why are you revealing this to me?
She says, "I recognize some of the markings," and she points out things on you you kind of have let slip over time of when adventuring that might be a mark or two, and you kind of realize, oh yeah. But no one would really know it because, it'd be an elven thing.
I was unconscious when it happened, probably, because I was pretty cautious about hiding myself.
Yeah.
Other than the times I was injured and stuff and in the medical...
Things she's seen, and she's been around. She's noticed things. She said, "If we're going to go adventuring, we should probably trust each other 100%. Don't you agree? So thus I am telling you." She says, "My full name is Darcy Elkis."
Darcy Elkis?
Yes.
I'll forgive you.
Hey, that's what the generator came up with. Leave me alone, okay?
I will never forgive the generator, though.
Yeah, I don't care. She says, "I just use Bella because that is more convenient, and that's what people have described me as."
Well, Bella, you know the consequences if you give out your true name.
Oh, yeah, I do.
There is... Oh, no. Oh, yeah. There are consequences. Be safe with this.
She says you were a fellow elf. I trust you.
More than that. But let's go investigate this vault and see what we can find and if it has anything to do with the actions or the effects of this town.
So you want to go into the Guildhall Vault area?
Yeah, we're going to go to that cave because she said it had some link. She followed the person or whatever, right there?
Well,
that she didn't want to go solo?
Yeah. Do you want to go to the caves or do you want to go to the vault? Because you said let's investigate the vault, so...
Well, that was the quest. It was like, find the vault stuff, so that's what I meant.
Oh, okay. Yeah. She says, we'll head... she says, I would suggest... And she actually turns back into her human form. She waves her hand again. She says, I suggest that we leave at nightfall so that we can go cover of night.
All right. What time is it right now, day-wise?
We'll say it's probably like 3, 4 in the afternoon. So you could basically eat and relax for a little while longer, prepare.
All right, looking at my character sheet. Oh, yeah, I definitely need to heal up. Remember, I got ran through by that one lady. I mean, my last session, the woman who I stabbed returned the favor, so I'm like barely a third of my max HP.
Okay. Well, then you go up to Rue, and she says to you, she hands you a potion, and she says, drink this. You'll feel much better.
I trust her well enough. So, yeah.
All right. So then you instantly die. Game over. Goodbye. No.
Well, that's what I get for trusting. I do it.
Yeah. No, you're for purposes of this adventure, you are full heal. You feel great. Back up to maximum.
Okay.
All right, your armor, whatever state that's in, that's going to have to stay until you can have that repaired.
Surprisingly, I think it bypassed my armor.
Okay.
No SDC damage showing.
Right. Okay, cool. So, whatever you could just tell me what you're doing in the meantime until nightfall, which is, we'll say, around 8 o'clock. Which is about 4 hours away at this point.
So, just to clarify, you said there's no leadership in the town. My party's missing. I will ask a few people if they've seen Nova and the others.
A couple people will answer you and say, yeah, we saw Nova and the others by the fountain. That little guy was bathing in it again.
Oh, bloody hell. Why?
They don't know. And they all just say, I don't know. It's just really weird. Hopefully that Shep will take care of it in the future. That gives you probably a confused thought in your head about that, but you may find out about that later on, or you can explore that. That's up to you.
Well, Shep. Either way, Bella, how far is this cave from town? What are we looking at? An hour travel, less than, more so?
Well, I followed the person on foot, so it's probably like a good half hour, maybe hour.
All right, no need to take Suru then.
Yeah.
Suru's my horse.
Oh, okay. I didn't know you called yourself your horse Sewer. Okay.
Suru.
Okay, I thought you were saying sewer. Okay, gotcha.
Which is, Elvish for wind.
Oh, cool. I didn't know that.
Google search random elf words. I doubt it's the Tolkien version.
Yeah, whatever. Okay. So, what do you want to do? Yeah, maybe like an hour or two left. We'll say you ate dinner, you prepared yourself, you got all your gear together, just in case just in case items like food, water, things like that.
No, I'm checking my supplies. I got antidote, 1 healing potion, a few magical items here and there. No, honestly, I'm ready to head out now. I know we wanted to go in the dark, but...
I mean, she said it is pretty close. We could start our journey now, but we'd have to take not the direct route. It might take us a little longer if we're going to stick to the trees and hide. Darkness will cover us if we take the direct path, she's saying.
Bella, you're a sorceress, as it were. Tell me, how have you been surviving out amongst these people? And I kind of wave my hand at them.
I don't know what you mean, surviving amongst them. You mean dealing with them?
Surviving. Yes.
She says, I just take it one step at a time. These people are very weird, but, I mean, I came here to better myself. And
What? Better yourself amongst them. Why didn't you go to your people?
my people are dead.
Not all. And
She
I'm
lifts
sure
up
there are
her
other
eyebrow.
elvish settlements, maybe not as we knew it.
She says, I'd rather live among the common folk at this point. These people are generally nice here, and they seem like they need help. Though they don't seem like they really want the help, but...
I've noticed that. It's been a source of frustration.
But every time I sit in my room and I look in my cauldron, which is a thing that wizards would do, I sense that something, an outside source, is controlling this town magically. Now, your character is just basically a paladin.
Yeah, he is aware enough of magic, but he doesn't know intricacies. It'd be like, I know what astrophysics are, but don't ask me to explain them to you.
Okay, so when she says cauldron to you, you kind of get a little trigger in the back of your head because you remember some people in your kingdom who are wizards who would use the cauldron for various things. And you're like, most of those people kind of went batshit crazy after a while, so...
What I know, it takes a good amount of discipline to properly use a cauldron.
She says, oh yes, absolutely.
And you have precautions set up just in case?
Yes, I do.
All right. And during your scrying, as it were, you said you sensed that this town is being controlled, but did you feel by what?
She says it feels like one individual.
Is it that Kiana, the druid that was, you saw her at the little event? Do you feel it was her?
She says, I can't see the face. I know it's a woman. I just can't see her face. I'm trying to focus. Every night I am trying. It's just the spirits won't reveal who it is to me. She must have some powerful dark magic protecting her.
Forgive me, I'm fairly ignorant when it comes to magic, but if you're able to look at her, what's stopping her from looking at you back?
She actually looks very, shocked when you said that, because she'd never thought about that, and went, nothing, as she trails off. And you actually could see her kind of swallow, kind of like a gulp. Did I just F myself?
Still nearby, Bella, just for the now.
Okay. She says she sticks close to you.
All right. I think it's getting late enough that we can make our way to this cave.
Okay, so you head out of town on foot with Bella in tow. And she'd probably be in front of you, guiding you, because you need to know where to go. You head up the path to the north into the woods. We'll say it's pretty much uneventful. You hear some noises here and there, but it's the natural noises of the forest, wolves, things like that. Bugs, birds, blah. Nothing you're scared of.
Nature.
Yeah, pretty much.
Unless it's like wolves or something like that, or mountain lion, I'm not freaking out.
Yeah. No, nothing that concerns you. You hear a noise or two and you may stop, look around, and go, okay, it's just one of those type of animals. We'll keep moving. So let me get to the map for you. And it should bring you over, or is it still loading?
It's black game. Oh, there it goes, 100%. And there we go. Okay, that is a much better token than what you had.
Yeah, I changed it based on what you told me you wanted.
Thank you. That is a kindness.
Okay, so you and Bella are approaching. As you can see in front of you, there's kind of like a cave substance here, and there's an entrance. Let me just get a little pen out here for you. That's not writing. There's an entrance right over here where I just made that little mark.
I see.
And this, you're in the cover of, you know what? I'm gonna make this brighter because it's just a pain in the ass to see. You're in the cover of brush right now, and nobody can see you. There's nothing around. You don't hear any noises. That's the whole idea. Yep, that's fine. Delete all that. Okay. So this is the entrance to the cave up here, and she says it's right over there. That's where I followed a hooded figure into.
Did you recognize any of these people? Or it was just the one figure, correct?
Yeah,
And
it
you
was.
didn't see who it was?
She said I did not see who he was. I did not recognize his face when I did see his face. So I don't know. Maybe he's just a bandit. I don't know.
Well, they managed to rob the guild vault, so
Yeah.
I'm feeling a little bit more than a bandit.
Yeah.
All right. I motion for her to stay here.
Mhm.
I'm going to scout the entrance.
Okay, it's on
I'll
pause,
signal-
so you can move around all you want.
Yeah, I'll signal you if it's clear.
Okay, so she moves over there, but not drawing. She actually moves over there.
I got you. No worry. I'm good with theater of the mind as well.
Okay, so
All
she
right.
moves behind the tree and waits there for you. She could clearly see you. You could see her when you look back. So go ahead and tell me what you're going to do and how you're going to proceed.
I'm going to prowl, I think is the proper term, or
Mhm.
sneak
Mhm.
my way to the entrance and then look inside and see if I notice any guards or anything like that.
Okay. So
And definitely before I go into the cave, I'm going to look and make sure there's no tripwires or any kind of alarm system.
Okay.
All right, prowl first. That is a 9. Shoot,
Oh,
do I
wow.
need to roll low or high for this?
low is the better in this game.
Oh, yeah, I rolled a 9.
All right. So you go ahead and move yourself up to where you want to be, so I can kind of get an idea.
Teleportation no jutsu.
So you make it over here, and you don't see any guards or anything like that, but you do see some like weird crystals on the ground. What I mean by weird crystals are these little shapes over here and over here. You kind of see when you're looking down the hallway, there is a massive, weird death smell coming out of that cave as well. Like you kind of went woof like that over your hand over your nose, and you're not sure what's going on, but you're like, oh
Yeah,
man.
I kind of probably just for the sake of it, would pull out a few herbs and put it in my mask just to kind of mask the smell.
Got it. Yeah, so you're fine. The nausea of the death smell kind of moves away from you. You're fine. Bella's still looking and waiting.
I'll just double check. Yeah, I got actually when I created this character, it was smart. I grabbed a few things, including rags. Okay, so yeah, I'll motion for her to come forward, and I'll prep a little face mask, kind of like a bandit mask equivalent, but
Mhm.
I'm gonna wrap it with those herbs to make it a little easier for her to breathe, and I'll hand it to her.
Oh, she says, "Oh, what? Oh, ooh, okay, yeah, got it." She puts the mask on.
Do you recognize those crystals by chance?
She's looked at them. She says, "No, I don't know what those are. I've never seen them, but they are very intriguing to me." And hold on a moment. She looks around. She gets down on one of her knees and she starts chanting something and waving her hand in the air. And a few moments later, she stands up and she says, "That is a very powerful source of magic. I
And they're
definitely want to investigate that."
And they're just littered around here.
Well, she says, from what I can see, I only see 2 of them at the moment, but wait. Do you hear that?
Does this game have the equivalent of a listen check?
No, I'm just role playing with you. That's all. Do you
Gotcha.
hear that? And you're like, hmm? And you hear, you hear somebody talking.
Oh, so talking, not chanting.
Nope,
Okay.
talking, and then you hear. You're not sure what they're saying, but you do kind of hear a faint talking.
All right. I'll motion for her to follow, but I kind of whisper, "Do you think those crystals are traps if we get too close, though? I think that's why they were laying there."
I don't know, honestly. I mean,
let's avoid them just to be safe.
I'll follow you.
All right. I will stealthily go towards where I hear these voices so I can hear them better.
Okay.
That is an 18. I doubled what I rolled.
Okay, that's fine. So you make your way. Go ahead and tell me where you put yourself where you want to be. Wow. I was going to say you didn't move too far.
No, it's not letting me. Maybe I gotta click. What am I doing wrong? There we go.
Okay. Soon as you get right to here, she's going to follow with you. As soon as you get right to here, you see two figures standing here talking and kind of laughing. And they seem to be the equivalent of counting gold. And they're handing it back and forth. And they're like, no, it's mine. No, it's mine. I'm supposed to get half of that, the boss said.
And they're just arguing about sharing gold and what they're counting.
Yep. They don't seem to notice you.
Looking around the room, what else do I see? Because I see more rock formations on the map, but is there any more of those glowing crystals? Are they bigger, or is it just...
All these crystals that you see here are glowing crystals, and you don't know why they're glowing or what they are exactly, other than magical. You do see a small chest up here where I'm drawing. And there seems to be some type of like stand right here, like an altar stand with a book on it. And you also see, let me see from your vantage point here, what else could you see? You see that there's a hallway down over here by the two guys, and there's another hallway to your left of the cave.
I'll whisper to Bella.
Here.
There seems to be bandits up ahead, along with a book and a chest.
Okay.
Why would they just leave a book lying by itself?
Well, she steps up closer, asking where the book is, because she can't see it. You point it out to her.
Yeah, I duck a little so she can look over my shoulder.
She said they set up an altar over there, so I'm assuming that somebody is doing some type of magical ceremony here or something, and maybe they left. There has to be more than just there's two. Because if there's just two guys and they're that dumb, then I want to know who else is involved with the vault stealing.
Right, and I would recommend just reading the book right off the bat, since the last few books I've come across in this town seem to be teleportation devices.
Yeah, that's true.
All right,
I will note to you, it does not look like that book that you used to teleport.
I know, but I'm still telling this to Bella. It's like, be careful reading said books, because weird things happen in this town.
She says, yes, got it. So what is your decision now?
All right, we need information, so let's not kill them. I'm going to get close as much as I can, but I want you to position yourselves to see if you can cast your sleep spell on them. If it works, great. If it doesn't, I'll be in position to lay them out.
Okay.
But we need to be able to do this quick and quiet.
Okay.
So I'm going to... I don't know if you can see where my map cursor is.
I do.
Okay, I want to sneak to as close to there as I can, so if something does go wrong with the spell, I can rush out and, try and lay them out. My intention is not to kill, so what do I have that's non-lethal, weapon-wise? Well, I could bonk them with my shield.
That you can do, yeah.
Just use it as a big frying pan and just bam.
Yeah, you could.
All right, I'm going to try to make my way as close to them as I can. Come on, I've been rolling surprisingly good. Don't fook me now. That is a D20. That is not a D100.
Yep.
19.
All right, let me just do a little check here. No. And that is... Oh. So go ahead and position yourself by that rock. We'll say you're sneaking over there, and when you get about here, right there where I placed you, you see the guy that's back here that I'm moving around right now?
Mm-hmm.
He just goes, shh, shh, I just heard something. But from his vantage point, he can't see you due to this giant crystal that's in the way. Now, I'll let you, since that's kind of their turn, I'll let you quickly make a move if you want to hide or something.
Yeah, I'll try and hide.
Okay, go ahead and move yourself where you want to hide and give me another prowl.
All right, so I will be pressed against this crystal. Prowl again. That's just a flat 10.
Okay. So, all right.
I'm telling you, if I was playing D&D right now or Marvel, I would be getting so mad.
I know, right? So Bella kind of backs up when she hears that, just a little bit. And you see the two of them start moving forward like this. They're looking around. Come on. No, that's the wrong way. They're kind of there looking around, so I just got to give a couple checks here. No. You low roll enough, so. No. They're like, I could have sworn I heard something. And the other guy's like, maybe it was the boss. He's down over here. So why don't we let's go. Let's go. And you see they yeah, go ahead. They're about to walk like this.
I want to see if there's any way I can motion or from my that Bella can cast her spell at them and I can get them from the back if it goes like according to plan. If anything, they just move themselves into a better situation for us.
Yeah.
Better position, I mean.
All right, so they move this way and you kind of give her the signal to do the cloud sleep spell. So let me just roll some saves for them. And they both fall asleep. They're like, I'm going to go see the boy. And then they fall asleep.
All right, I quickly go over to them, make sure they have no weapon, or do they have weapons on them?
Yeah, they do. Actually, they have swords.
Disarm them, set the swords aside, and bind their arms and legs pretty tightly.
Okay, done.
And see if they have anything else on them of merit.
Other than the gold that they had, which comes out to about 25 gold pieces total, which obviously you can keep or do whatever you want to with.
I'll give 15. I just kind of like hand it to her and I'll keep 10 for myself.
She says, "Oh, thank you." Okay. She says, "Now what?"
All right. They said the boss is that way. Let's look at that book and let's avoid the chest just yet until we know it's not booby-trapped. But see if we can check for traps and then look at that book and tell me what you think.
All right, so she runs over to the book, which is here. I deleted the thing, but it's over here.
Oh, I remember.
And she's looking at it, and she's like, I've never seen this language before. This is a weird language.
Oh, I want to also just make sure that some of the rope is used to muffle these guys, like gag them.
Aha, okay, good. I was going to say, you forgot to kind of
Oh, no, they
gag.
Yeah.
She's like, she holds up the book for you to see, and it's like written, the way it's written to you is disturbing, like a madman, like an evil madman wrote it. Like, you've ever seen those books from people in prison when they write all these weird warp things in a book? That's what it looks like. She's like, I have no idea what this is, and the more that I look at it, the more it's making me nauseous. And she just throws it down on the altar. I can't know. She comes back over to you. I think we should leave that for now, or burn it if possible later.
Probably a good idea. I'd still rather us have it than them have it, so I'll go over and wrap it in some cloth and put it in my satchel.
All right, give me a quick save versus magic.
Oh, save versus math. That's not a D100.
That's a D20.
D20. I rolled a 19 natural. Is that good or bad?
That's fine. So you pick it up and you kind of feel nauseous a little bit when you pick it up, and you're just like, oh, okay, well, whatever. And it kind of fades away once you wrap it and place it inside your satchel or bag or whatever.
You're right about not feeling good. That is definitely some object there.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Note the chest.
Yep, the chest is still over
Okay.
there.
And remind me, did he say over here is where the bandit leader is, or over here? Right or left?
Here.
All right. Real quick, I'm going to drag these two together because I'm fairly strong for a character.
Mm-hmm.
Back to where they were originally. Is there like maybe an alcove or a hidden portion of this area I can kind of like stow them for the moment?
There would be the best place.
Okay.
Yeah, that's probably the best place.
And I'll scout this room a little bit and see what I see in here.
Okay, in this room, what do we see here? In this room, you do see some smaller crystals that kind of look like the big crystals, and around it, you see a bunch of skeletons on the ground. Also, in the let me see what you can see. Oh, you can see the whole room. Okay, and from your vantage point, you do see what looks like, I guess they're the equivalent of coffins, but not. What do you call those? Sarcophagus. Thank you, sarcophagus. But they're all open, so you assume that they were all picked clean, and maybe these were the bones that they pulled out and threw on the ground.
Robbing the dead. Shame on you two.
Well, they don't respond, so...
No, I'm saying this quietly. I need a safe place to put you two. That seems as good as any. And I'll drag one and I'll toss him in one of the sarcophagus and just close it for now. I'll leave it a crack open for air, obviously.
Well, please show me which one.
You
can move yourself
here.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll put him right here.
We'll throw George in there.
Sure, George.
I'm just going to call him Bob and George.
And then Bella will help you with this one, and you guys put him in this one, I'm assuming?
Yeah. And Bella, do you have a spell that by chance that can quiet the room or make sure no sound leaves this area?
Not that I can. No. She thinks for a moment. No, I don't. No.
Nice. All right.
Looks like she looks over at the skeletons and she's like, it looks like one of them is wearing a bracelet. They forgot to get that, but I'm not going to touch that. It looks suspicious to me.
Are you able to sense magic or identify objects?
She says, hold on a moment. And she gets down on one knee again and starts waving her hand. She says, I think that bracelet is magic because I'm getting a sense, but it could be the stones throwing me off in this room because they are magical again as well.
All right. I'll hold on to that for now until we can figure out what it is, because magic relics and items...
So you're going to go grab the bracelet and pick it up?
I'll, again, scoop it up because I just had a bad experience with that book. But yeah, I'll hold on to it for now. But,
I'll just do this so you can...
just move it over with my shield into my satchel again. Or my sack.
All right, well, when you go to grab the silver bracelet, the skeleton swipes at you with a surprise attack.
Of course.
So you're unable to actually parry or dodge this because it's a surprise.
Does the fact that I was using my shield give me some kind of defense on this?
Yes, I will give you a couple points here. And I rolled an 8, so it doesn't really matter either way. But it does clank against your shield armor. Well, no, we'll say it clanks against... When you're using your shield, it clanks against your wrist. But you have armor there, so it still does a little damage. Just going to take it off your SDC.
Okay.
It does 2 points as you kind of startle and jump backwards a little bit. And so does she. She's like, what the hell? She backs up a little bit. And you see all these skeletons kind of rise up.
Of course, more undead.
Bella's
Bella.
like,
Get to a corner. I'll handle these.
she runs over to here. Well, your turn. You see, they're all coming towards you.
All right. I instinctively, and I don't know why I do it, but I kind of close the one sarcophagus door behind this guy so he doesn't get, mauled while he's unconscious.
Right.
And then learning from having fought these things in the past, I'm not going to use my sword per se, but I'm going to shield punch this one in the skull as hard as I can.
Go for it.
All right. Forgive me. Combat is just a d20 and then add bonuses and tell you what I get.
Add your strike bonus. Obviously, you have a different strike bonus for using a shield than versus a sword. So
I don't think shields has a strike bonus yet, so it's just my base attack.
Yep, and your base, whatever strike is.
Okay. All right, well, I'm rolling good. That's a nat 20 plus 4 is 24.
All right. Give me your damage unless you want to gamble.
Yeah, I'll gamble. Screw it.
Okay.
Just roll another d20.
Yes, sir.
That is a 14.
Okay, just your normal double damage.
All right, so I need to open up the book. That's right. I think this one, the shields were weird, if I remember this system.
I think we also decided it was like a D6 or something.
Yeah. Okay, so D6 plus my strength, I think.
Strength bonus, correct.
Okay.
And I think you get some natural damage bonus as well. I mean.
Yeah, because I'm beefy boy, and I have a ring that gives me a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's 5 plus is 11 damage.
Okay, is that doubled?
Oh, no, doubled would be 22.
Okay. You bash the skeleton pretty much with your blunted shield, because it's blunted, and the skeleton's skull just crushes and he falls to the ground. Do you have 2 attacks yet? I think you do.
Yes, I do.
You're 3rd level, yeah.
Thank you for reminding me. I even noted that. I was like, but I forgot once combat started. Of course I would.
Yeah, that's fine. Your turn.
Okay.
We'll just say you're going up to the next one, so this one's gone.
Add my bonuses. That is my ring. Yep, that adds +1 to my strike. So that is a 19 to hit.
That hits, so please do your damage.
All right, no crit this time, so just... All right, 4 plus 6 is 10 damage.
10 damage. Okay, that skeleton crushes to the ground as well. Bella's turn. Let me see what she has on her. She has a crossbow only, so that's not going to really do anything. And most of her magic is going to be useless against. I mean, a fireball. I don't think she should waste a fireball on these guys. So she's just like,
Can I do a free action just to like hold my hand to her, like
tell her to hold off?
Yeah, stay hidden kind of thing. Because in case we're drawing noise, I want to make sure she's not.
Gotcha.
Revealed.
She nods and she steps backwards in a defensive position, waiting in case a skeleton comes running towards her. Now, there's 2 skeletons here. One moves up closer to you to attack, and they're going to attack. Now your parries do come into play here.
Okay. So parry twice since I'm being attacked twice?
Yeah. As soon as I roll them, because they may just hit your armor, or you may... It's up to you.
Yeah, I'm going to parry both attacks because I don't want them damaging my armor either.
Okay, so the first one you have to parry is a 15.
All right. So I get to add... It's 6. That is a 17 with the first one. And
second one you needed to parry a 16.
A 9 plus... No, that one I only got a 14, so that hits.
Okay, that also goes over your AR, doesn't it?
Wait. What's 9 plus 6 is
15.
15.
Yeah.
Does that still hit?
No, you missed the parrying. So what is your AR? I think it's a 15, isn't it?
My AR is a 9. I only got leather armor.
Okay, so this is going to go directly to your hit points. and you're going to take 2 hit point damage, or 2 health damage.
Sometimes I think it's better to take the health damage than the armor damage.
Sometimes, yeah, because health you can regenerate, and armor you're going to have to go repair with money. But yeah, they hit you directly. It is your turn. 2 skeletons in front of you.
Same thing I did before. I'm going to attack the first one. Same strategy, basically.
Okay.
Aim for the head.
Yep.
That is 18 plus bonuses. 18 natural would hit, right?
Yeah.
Okay, d4 plus 6. All right, that is 9 damage.
Okay. That skeleton is gone. Crushes to the ground.
Okay, and smash the other one if I can. Okay, that is a 16 to hit.
That does hit again.
All right. That is 10 damage.
All right, and that skeleton is gone. The threat is over with, and the skeleton that was with the silver bracelet falls to the ground, and you can pick that up.
I pick it up and I say, "You fought to keep it. Victor goes the spoils. Wish I knew your name." I look at the bracelet. Is it inscribed with a name or anything?
No, it is a plain silver bracelet.
All right, I'll just say a silent prayer for the skeletons, like, "I'll carry your gear with honor," something along those lines. Since you fought to keep it, I'll make sure to use it well.
Bella says, "How touching."
Well, it's always good to pay respect to the dead, or they come back and try and stab you. As I kind of like nod at the dead.
Yeah, true.
All right. The guy's still gagged, but I'm going to not overtly break jaw aggressive, but, slap the guy awake a little bit.
Okay, so you open up that coffin that you closed, or sarcophagus, I should say, you closed, and you slap him awake. And he's...
I'm going to remove your gag. If you wish to keep your tongue, I recommend you keep your voice quiet. Are we understood?
Yes.
I assume he nods.
He nods, sorry. He nods, yes.
All right, I remove the gag.
Mm-hmm. He goes, ugh, that was disgusting. Ugh.
Yes, well, don't ask where that rope's been. It belonged to a gnome friend of mine.
He just looks at you, horrified.
All right. Did you rob the guild vault?
He looks at you. Are you trying to intimidate him, so to speak, or?
Not as of yet, but I'm giving him a look. It's like, I know the answer. Are you going to work with me here, or do I need to be an asshole? Is the kind of look I'm giving him right now. I'm giving him the chance to just be clean before I get aggressive.
He looks at you, and he's just like, well, yeah, we were just following orders.
I understand. Good soldier and all, which is why you're still alive. But I do want to know what you took and why you took it and how you were able to do this.
The boss, he had some magical teleportation ring, and that's how we were able to get inside the vault.
I look back. The vault's not protected by magic for just those reasons?
She says it is, and as far as the investigation of the vault, when I went down there, it looked like a giant creature ripped the vault off the wall. Well, the door, that is.
I look back at him. You're lying to me. Why?
Well, the boss is going to kill me.
He won't, because I'm going to deal with him.
There's this creature, and, he controls him via the ring, and we were able to get into the vault.
Does he summon the creature, or is the creature here in this cave?
He summons the creature.
So if we get the ring away from your boss before you can summon him, no creature.
Yes, the ring has multiple abilities. I wasn't lying about the teleport.
Okay, good to know. And I look back at Bella. Do you have a way to nullify magic briefly, or no?
She thinks for a moment. She says, I have an ability to... Yeah. She says, yes, I do. Yes, I do. Thinking,
Okay.
yes, I do.
All right. Do you know specifically what was taken from the vault, besides just the typical gold and jewels?
Are you asking the guy or Bella?
I'm asking the guy.
I'm
sure Bella's kind of already told me kind of what was taken. I'm just, again, seeing if he's being forthwith now honest, because he lied, but now he's telling me the truth. I'm going to see if he's keep telling the truth.
He's just like, we just took stuff. I mean, we just went in there and we grabbed what we could and we left. I mean, I don't know. Was it magical? That's basically, it's above his pay grade what they took. He just was told to take stuff. He took it.
All right. How many of you are in here besides you and your sleeping friend?
Well, just the boss, because he was checking up on us because we were guarding these caves.
You were guarding these caves from what?
We were just told to guard the caves. The boss said to watch the crystals and make sure nobody came in here and destroyed them.
So you don't know what these crystals are, other than you're just meant to protect them?
Yeah, they just look like glowy stones to me. I mean, what are they? Magic or something? He looks like he's being 100% honest.
All right. Last question then.
Yes.
Or last questions, forgive me. There's one more.
Oh.
One, do you recognize that book that was by the chest over there?
Yes, I do, actually.
And what is it?
He says, the boss told us that the master uses that book.
And let me guess, you don't know who the master is?
No, I've never actually seen the master. I was a little confused because the master kind of resembles a woman. But
did you ever see hair or hear a voice?
I have heard a voice that sounded feminine, and I have seen the outline, so to speak.
I see.
Via robes. Looks like a woman to me. I mean, right? I don't know.
No.
Is that politically correct? No, just kidding.
Yeah, even Seran looks at him like, maybe. All right.
I've seen the curves, he says. There.
The chest. Booby trapped?
No, that's just a chest we put some gold into. And some... Yeah, let me look at my thing here. It is... what is it? Oh, he said, yes, there were some valuable items that we were given as payment, and we were told if we protected the caves for the next 24 hours, we would get to take those and leave.
All right. You said you had to protect these stones. Are they fragile? Are they easy to break? What is the story with them, real quick?
I don't know. I mean, I was just told to make sure nobody destroys them.
But you don't know how they can be destroyed.
Yeah, I mean, he just said make sure nobody destroys them, and which you're probably going to do, so we're not going to get our money.
Well, you're captured. You're not going to get your money regardless.
Well,
I just want to know if they don't explode so I can get you out of here before I do that.
He looks at you and he
See?
says, do you think I would know that?
I guess not. All right. I'm going to regag you. I'm going to close this door.
Sure.
And if I live, which you should hope I do, after stopping your boss, I'll come back for you.
Okay. I guess I have no choice.
I know. Wish me luck. And as I regag him, and then I close the door slightly, enough for air. All right, Bella. Looks like we're going to be dealing with a spellcaster of some sort.
Okay.
But now that you've heard that about these crystals, any idea if they're, since they're magic in origin, how we can destroy them? Or do you think it's just one good whack with a sword?
She says I would have to take a closer look at them and spend a little time on them. We can go back in another room and hopefully no one is there.
All right. Let's deal with the boss then.
Okay. So where you want to go?
I'm going to sneak ahead because how loud was that fight? I mean, I kind of just bashed, and it was, 2 rooms away from where the boss supposedly was.
It was loud enough.
Yeah, that's why I'm worried. So I want to kind of stealth or prowl my way into the next room and look around and make sure that there's not an ambush or something about to happen.
Okay.
All right. That's a 3.
Wow. You're rolling really low today.
I know. I'm scared of what's going to happen in the main game.
Go ahead and position yourself where you would be prowling around.
Like, I want to say around that corner so I can look over and not be seen, kind of thing. And then I want to look around the room and see what I see.
All right, you come to this room and you see the chest is still there, the altar area. You see the crystals doing their slow glow thing, and you don't see anybody.
All right, then I'm just going to keep hugging the wall as I make my way to the other entrance. Or the other.
She's going to
over
slowly
here.
follow up with you, but give you a good 50, I would say 5, 10, 15, 20 feet.
Okay.
Okay, when you get right there, you see a hooded figure kind of sitting down on the ground as if he is praying in front of one of the crystals. He doesn't notice you at all.
Can I look and see if his hand is covered or if I see a ring on one of his hands?
I'm trying to think now. From your vantage point, you can't because his hands are in front of him because he's kind of praying. You'd have to go, I would say, sneak over to here. Or, yeah, that'd be the only place you'd be able to see from the vantage. Because if you went here, you still wouldn't see anything. But, yeah, you'd have to go here-ish area.
All right. I'm going to signal for Bella to get in position and get ready to cast whatever nullification she can. Like, I do the hand wavy like magic, and then I do like a hand slice across. Like you do when you tell somebody to shut it.
Yeah.
So magic, shut it, and then I point at him.
She says, she nods.
All right.
By the way, when you get over to this area, the stench is really starting to become unbearable at this point. Even with the herbs, you're like,
that's the only reason we're able to tolerate it at this point.
Yeah. It's kind of at the point that it's making you a little bit uncomfortably ugh, like that. But, you've dealt with it before, so you can power on, so to speak.
Yeah, paladins in Palladium don't get immunity from poison or disease, do they?
No. But, I mean, you're an experienced person, so, I mean, you put the herbs on, and it's just one of those you're going to have to suck it up and move forward. Think military, suck it up, move forward. Well, if you're moving there, I need a prowl roll from you as well.
All right. 44.
All
of
right.
course.
Chance to actually maybe do something here. Let's see if he sees you or hears you. Okay. So he's continuing to pray. He doesn't seem like he sees you or hears you. And you walk very quietly against the wall. Maybe at one point you think you walked over a rock making a noise and you stop and you look at him. He doesn't move at all.
All right, I'm going to look at his hand specifically. Do I see what looks like a ring?
Yes, you do see a giant ring on his right hand, on his index finger.
Okay. I signal for Bella to do what she needs to do, and I'm going to rush forward as quickly as I can with the intent of severing the hand.
So when you're over here and give her the thumbs up, so to speak, to do that, she kind of gives you a cross, an X symbol, like no.
Like, doesn't work.
It's hard to communicate from this distance away without speaking. She motions for you to come back.
Okay, the hand was near my sword, but I'm like ready to go, and then seeing that something's wrong, I crawl my way back.
All right, give me another prowl, just in case.
That is a 32.
Okay, he doesn't seem to move, and this time you actually do walk over something with that number and make a noise, and you look back, and he's not moving. So move yourself over to where she is.
What is wrong?
She says to you, you are too close. You will be caught up in the zone of it, and you will be nullified yourself. Any magical item on you will be nullified.
Well, good
It's
for
area
me.
of effect.
I kind of like let out a little breath. I'm like, Bella, it's fine. Believe it or not, I don't rely on magic items that much.
That whatever item you have that enhances you will be dead, is what she's trying to tell you.
Permanently?
Yes.
Or just for now?
Yeah, this is a permanence, like a dispel magic type thing. That's why she warned you and gave you the X, because you mentioned you had magical items, so.
No, I didn't know there was a thing that could permanently nullify magic items.
There is.
I have a flame shuriken and 2 rings. That's the only magic items I have.
Well, if you were going to be right there, you would have been in the zone and they would have been dead.
All right. Then it's good to know.
That's why she called you back.
I didn't know there was like other games permanently destroying magic items is usually like a big event, but
The spell magic would destroy a magical item in D&D. Well, old D&D it would.
oh wow, can you imagine having like a holy avenger and then the bad wizard just says dispel?
Yeah.
It's like, but I did a 10-year campaign to get the sword. Dispel.
Dispel, bye.
All right. Yeah. Go for it.
Okay. So she, steps down and she does her thing again and pretty much throws it. And I got to give a couple saves.
I do prep myself to rush in on the off chance something bad happens, like it doesn't work or whatnot.
Okay. You see she casts her spell and she nods. Okay. You notice the crystals in front of him stop glowing completely.
Okay. Then yeah, I rush forward.
You just hear him go, "What on earth?" You got the surprise on him.
Okay, and I'm going to should I Yeah, play it safe just in case. I'm still going to go for the intent of severing the hand just in case. I think I said that 3 times.
You did. Now you're doing a called shot.
Mm-hmm.
So before you roll, which I heard you roll, so
I'll roll again.
You need at least an 18 naturally rolled on the die to get that called shot. Now, it doesn't mean if you don't get an 18, you don't hit. You just won't successfully do what you wanted to do.
Okay. Oh. All right. How do you do this?
Roll a d20.
No, I was trying to do it public so you can see if it's...
Oh, I think it's
not letting me roll dice.
/R 1d20. Like that. So /R 1d20. There you go. Though I didn't see it. I heard you do it. I don't see it, though.
No, it's... I don't have a chat menu in his thing.
You don't?
Like, I see yours, but it's not giving me the option to actually chat myself.
Hold on. All right, so you rolled a natural 16, and that is not enough, but you still get to roll. You get enough to get over his AR and cause him damage, but you did not successfully chop his hand off.
Okay, so all damage. is the damage with this? Why do I not have the...
What are you using?
Damage is here. I was having to look at weapons. D10 plus 8.
There
Okay.
you go.
Did I add the magic ring damage to that? I want to say I did. All right, that is 13 points of damage.
All right. You run up, catch him by surprise, slash him. We'll say you go for his hand, but you miss and hit him in the shoulder. Throwback to Corey's campaign. Hit him in the shoulder. Star Wars.
Everything hits the shoulder.
Yeah. You hit him in the shoulder, which makes sense because you were heading for his hand. He turned. You hit his shoulder. Makes sense. He's like, ah! But you do get a second attack, don't forget.
Okay, with the second attack, knowing he's injured as he is from that arm, I'm going to use my attack to grapple, pull the ring right off, and toss it away from him.
Okay. That makes sense. Again, you're going to have to need an 18 because it's a called.
Okay. Let's go back here.
Yeah, so go ahead and roll your /R. There you go.
Oof. Rolling good, but not good enough.
Yeah. All right, so you don't get that, but I mean, just roll because he's just kind of a grapple thing. Okay.
My strength versus his strength, or?
It's fine. You basically went to go grab his hand, but you grab his forearm instead. So you're holding his forearm at the moment. The ring hand, that is. It is now his turn. And he just goes, Bazal! Like that. And you kind of look at him, he looks at you, and his eyes widen. What? Bazal!
Yeah. The going for the ring was just a show.
He looks at you.
I headbutt him.
Well, it's still his turn because he just
I
said
thought his turn was trying to use his magic, but
no,
okay,
it's just saying a word. So he takes a stab at you with his dagger. Wow. He gets a 22.
That definitely beats a 9, which I think is...
You're gonna want to at least parry that.
Oh, yeah. Well, I rolled a nat 19, and my parry bonus is 6.
Yeah,
so that's 25.
So you basically take your other hand with your sword, you clank it out of the way, kind of with the It's Bella's turn, so she's going to come into the room and point a crossbow at him, waiting to see if you're telling her no or yes. I mean, you can do that freely.
Yeah, I nod.
Okay. So she takes a shot at him since he's kind of tied up with you at the moment. He's at a disadvantage here. And she does hit. The bolt hits him right square into the side, torso, so to speak. And she does damage to him over his AR. Okay. And you see he's really bleeding at this point. But it is your turn.
All right. I'll say this. Drop the dagger and surrender, and you get to live. Keep fighting, and that bolt's going to go a little bit deeper. And I will use my turn to grab the bolt and let him know that with intent, I can push it forward more towards his internal organs if I want.
He nods, and he drops the dagger. He says, I surrender.
All right. I kick the dagger away, and I do pull the ring off just in case and toss it at Bella.
She
and
catches it.
Then I will roll medical to make sure this guy doesn't actually bleed out.
Go ahead.
Because I want answers from him. That is a D8. Where's my D10? Where's my D10? No! There it is. That is a 48. Okay, so clarify. I have a 47 slash 51% for medical. I think it's in the book, like what does what specifically.
The first one is diagnosis. The second one is actually the act of doing.
Oh, so I rolled under the act of doing
Yes.
to.
Yep. So you were able to remove the bolts and apply pressure and prevent him from continuing the bleeding out, so to speak.
All right. I want to move his hood away from his face so I can clearly see who this guy is.
You pull the hood away from his face. You don't recognize him, but I mean, I guess go ahead and give me an IQ roll. Go for it.
Okay, that's just a D20.
Take percentile and roll under your IQ.
All right, and also while I'm trying to recognize, like, Bella, you know this guy?
She comes in closer also.
I rolled a 98. Yeah, that is way above my IQ.
She rolled 70. No. She's like, no, I don't think I've seen him before. No, definitely not.
What's your name?
He doesn't answer you.
All right, you do realize that you've been captured. You're going to go before the guards, and you'll probably spend the rest of your days in prison for robbing the guild vault.
He says, I'm aware.
All right. How about you answer some questions, and we make sure to put in a good word for you, so your days in the prison are fewer and probably a little less painful.
He nods.
So again, simple question. What is your name?
He doesn't answer.
Why are you praying to these crystals?
The crystal is a source of power.
And are you powering it up, or is it already energized and you're just withdrawing the power from it?
I'm trying to withdraw energy from the crystal, and he stops.
But it's not coming out quite how you want it to, is it?
He kind of just shifts his eyes back and forth.
Is that why you stole the book and the other items from the vault, to see how to better utilize these crystals?
He just looks at you.
And you're going to use this energy perhaps to aid your master?
Says you're just a regular investigator, aren't you?
Yes. And I specifically look into his eyes. You can say, yeah, I'm well acquainted with Kiana.
He looks at you and says, who?
I guess she goes by a different name. Tell me, is your master a red-headed mage by chance?
Let me give him a memory recall on that one. I want to see if he actually saw that or not. He looks and says, I don't know. I've never seen her face.
So you just follow blindly some random woman who gives you orders?
With a promise of power, of course.
I can promise you power. Will you be my slave?
Depends on what you're promising.
That is pathetic.
He says to you, I know I have no leverage. Well, I have little leverage, actually. And it kind of intriguing the way he says that to you. You kind of maybe slightly raise an eyebrow, like, what leverage does this guy have on, for anything? He says, if you let me and my men go, and we promise to never set foot into this area ever again and head back overseas, let us go, I will give you the information of where the bandits are holding all of the vault's treasures.
You mean the treasures aren't in this cave?
No, it is not. Bella just goes, ah!
And how do we know if we're telling the truth? I could let you go, and you could run to the treasure yourself and disappear forever.
He says to you, okay, let's sweeten the deal a little bit. You let my men get a head start and leave, and I will bring you to the area where the bandit cave is. And then once I show you where it is, you let me go.
That would be agreeable, except one condition is changing. Your men are staying here where they are, and then when you show me this cave and I see this treasure firsthand that belongs to the guild, I'll let you go then, and you can come back here for your men.
He looks at you and says, agreed.
Agreed. You will be bound. And with that, I, tie his hands together, make sure his legs can move freely. Let's go.
Okay. So,
real quick, though, I do ask Bella.
Yeah.
Let's look around here real quick as we bind him. I want to see, what's over here, see what else is in here.
Okay, you go down into the areas over there. There's some rooms with some sarcophaguses in them. There's nothing in there. It looks like they were picked clean. When you go down there, he said there's nothing. The guy says, there's nothing there. Everything that we found are in the chest in the other room.
All right. Go to the chest.
Okay.
Does he have a key on him to unlock it? Because he said that's how he was going to pay these guys.
Yes, he actually, he says right here in my pocket. He can't get to it because his hands are bound.
I pull it out.
Okay. You get the key, you put it into the chest, open it up. Inside the chest, you see, where's my notes here? You see a mace, a golden mace. You see 5 rubies. Oh, there was something else. Where did I put that? And you see 2 potions. And they actually, when you look at them, they are health potions.
Bella, I'll look at both of them.
She's over. Oh, let me get her over here. Sorry.
Yeah, I'll look at both of them. These belong to the guild as part of their stolen loot.
Are you asking him or her?
Both of them.
Bella's like, I don't know what was taken from the vault exactly. I don't know what even was in the vault, to be honest.
All right, Bill, was this taken from the vault?
Did you call him Bill?
Yep, he never gave me a name, and I'm just calling him the most basic human name I can think of.
He gets taken aback when you say that. He goes, no, these are the things we found here inside the sarcophaguses. They were probably buried with them.
Right.
Not probably, they were.
Okay. Take what we need here. And there's no gold in there?
There is 1,000 gold pieces.
Oh, wow. Could only imagine who was buried here before.
Bella looks at the rubies and she's like, oh, wow, these are worth and she takes a moment, touches it, looks at it. 25 gold pieces apiece, at least.
We'll divvy this up between me and you when we get back to the guild, but for now, let's get them their treasure. And see that Bill and his friends go on their way, having learned a very valuable lesson.
Bill looks at you and just nods.
Lead the way.
Okay, so you guys travel through the forest at night. You make note of various landmarks as you're walking because you're not sure if you'd be able to find your way back. But, you being a elf would probably know the forest areas and things like that, things to point out. And he brings you to a cave area. And he points with his hands. He says, it is right there. And you can actually see outside 2 lit torches. And you see 2 men standing there like they're on guard outside. Walking back and forth. They're chatting,
Friends of yours?
He nods. Yep. Other bills, he says.
Other bills. And how many other bills are in that cave?
I want to say we probably have about 15 people at one point.
At one point, but how many right now?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, they could be out.
All right.
Generally, there's a handful of people that stay there to guard the place and keep things moving along.
And would they be willing to hand over the gold in exchange for you, or is that not happening?
I thought you were letting me go.
Yes, but I still have to get the treasure.
Yeah, but the deal was I showed you where this was. You let me go.
I don't see a treasure. Do you see a treasure, Bella? I see a cave with bandits.
That was what he said. He will point to where the bandits are holding the treasure. He points.
I pretty much need to see the treasure before I just let him go. He could have just found any cave or thing, and we go in there and there's nothing there.
Without going in there, he said that there's no way of proving it.
All right.
You'd have to take his word for it, kill him, or try to work your way in there.
All right. We'll keep the deal. If there's treasure in there, you go free. If there's not, well, I guess a patrol of your friends will find you out here. But for now, I gag him and I just tie him to a tree a good distance away from the cave.
As you go to, you tie him down, he goes, as you're gagging him, he looks like he wants to say something.
If you call out for your friends, I will kill you.
He nods.
But if you have something all right, speak.
He says, can you kindly do me a favor? And if you're going to tie me against a tree so I don't get away until later on, would you at least place me up higher so the wolves don't kill me?
Well, that was my intention, but if you need to point it out, sure. Yeah, I saw Sin City. I know what happens with the dog in the tree.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's kind of weird. I guess I have him climb a tree at sword point and then I tie him to it up there.
Yeah, that works. He gets himself on a branchy area so that nothing could get to him, so to speak, unless they climb up.
Okay, and I just secure him pretty tightly bound, make sure he's getting gagged so he can't spit it free. And I'll keep my word and let you go as soon as we come back out of there.
I mean, what you can honestly do is get him on a branch and let him slide off and tie his hands and feet so he's hanging off the branch, but he's off the ground. That way he can't wiggle his way away.
Yeah, whatever definitely visually works.
Yeah.
He is not getting out of this. And between two elves, unless he's some master class thief, he's pretty good.
So Bella says to you, I think we should go back to the guild hall and let them know what we found. Maybe find your friends because we may need them for help.
That's not a bad idea.
So you're going to head back?
How long would it take us to get there and get back? Because who knows if a patrol will find this guy. I'm asking out of character.
It would probably take you like a good hour to get back, and I will assure you nobody will find him.
Bella, can you cast another sleep spell on him just to be safe?
Oh, that's not a bad idea. And she bows down to one knee again and says something, and you hear him like...
All right. I divvy up the items evenly. In exchange for keeping the mace, I will give her the rubies. I'll give her 1 potion, and I'll split up the gold 500.
Thank you.
All right. And I kind of like smirk at her and I hold up the 2 swords that the bandits had.
Mm-hmm.
It's pocket change, or it's maybe useful.
She says, I have no use for a sword. If you'd want them to sell them, by all means.
All right. Okay, so I'm going to eliminate the rubies, and 1 potion and 500 gold is what I'm adding to my sheet.
You give her all the rubies?
In exchange for the mace.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she says thank you.
I thought that was fair. I mean, I don't know what the mace's value is. It could be worth more, could be worth significantly less, but it's a gamble.
That's fair enough. And you guys head back to town?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, that's where this adventure does end. I am Vince, not sitting with
Stephen, playing Seran Allward.
Good night. You've been listening to the Palladium Megaverse podcast. This podcast is Palladium Fantasy 1E. The Megaverse is copyright and trademarked by PalladiumBooks.com. For more information on their products, please go to their website. If you'd like to help support this website, please go to RollHigherDie.com. Thank you.